Hello friends, in this lecture we are going to discuss packet switch structure. A switch used in a packet switch network has a different structure from a switch used in circuit switch network. A packet switch structure having basically four components such as input port, output port, routing processor, and switching fabric as shown in the figure. Let's discuss it one by one. First, input port. It forms the physical and data layer link functions of the packet switch. The bits are constructed from the received signal. The packet is decapsulated from the frame. Errors are detected and corrected. The packet is now ready to be routed by the network layer, which is shown in this figure, from physical layer processor to data link layer processor to the network layer by using queue. In addition to a physical layer processor and a data link layer processor, input port has a buffer, that is queue, to hold the packet before it is directed to the switching fabric. This diagram shows an input port. Second one is output port. The output port performs the same functions as the input port but in reverse order. First, the outgoing packets are queued. Then, the packet is encapsulated in a frame. Finally, the physical layer functions are applied to the frame to create a signal which is to be sent on the line. In between that, data link processor works. This figure shows an output port. Next is routing processor. Actually, routing processor works in between input ports and output ports as shown in this figure. Thus, some functionalities of routing processors are mentioned. The routing processor performs the function of the network layer. Destination address is used to find the address of the next port, as like in network layer. At the same time, output port number from which the packet is to be sent out. This activity is sometimes referred as a table lookup because the routing processor searches the routing table. And the new packet switches, this function of the routing processor is being moved to the input port to facilitate and expedite the process. Next one is the switching fabrics. Actually, in a routing processor itself, is below that routing processor, switching fabrics works. The most difficult task in a packet switch is to move the packet from input queue to output queue. The speed with which is done affect the size of input or output queue and the overall delay in the packet delivery. In the past, when a packet switch was actually dedicated computer, the memory of the computer or a bus was used as a switching fabric. The input port stored the packet in memory and the output port retrieved the packet from the memory. Today, packet switches are specialized mechanisms that use the variety of switching fabrics. The simplest type of switching fabric is the crossbar switch, which we have already discussed in circuit switch network. Okay, thank you.